When you have little passengers that need moving, who you gonna call for the job? Well, it's Thomas and all the crew. They'll be there to do the jobs well, but they may have accidents or delays. But to Stephen Thomas' heart still cares about his engines, even though they can cause trouble. Like when Henry and Gordon and James went on strike once, they have matured over the years. They've even saved engines from scrap. They dealt with horrible beagles and then seen London and even met the Queen to our eyes. So moved by McQuaid with Thomas and his friends to the famous engines of the North Western Railway that did useful crew of Sir Stephen Thomas.
Episode 23, Henry's Triumphant Strength. Before I begin this one, this will be the first video done on the new updated layout with a bit of quotation marks here, differences like Titmouth Station going back to 6 platforms, etc. As well as the reason why I haven't been recording recently was because of, in a way, I had a writer's block, but instead it's more of a, I couldn't get enough time in my personal life to be able to record. I do try to be more active now, and soon I'll be trying to get prepared for the season 2 finale. But without further ado, let's get on to the main episode. It was busy one day on the island of Sodor, and Diesel and Joel had to work extra hard in the harbour, even to the point where they had to bring Rosie in from the Olstead branch to come in to help. It was very busy indeed. But one engine, though, wasn't. Henry was not feeling quite happy that day, because not long ago, Henry had tried pulling his limit, and then some, when Peter couldn't be able to get to work properly. And that left him, well, let's just say, ill. And considering this is a re-recorded scene of one that's been edited out due to copyright, but still, Henry was not wanting to do the job that he needed to. I don't want to do this one. I don't want to push my limits like last time. Just really, I'm a strong engine, yes, but I have limits I cannot realise the next. But it's alright though, Henry, said Edward. We all make mistakes. Even me makes mistakes. Really? Yes, said Edward. Yes, Henry, he's right, said Thomas. Edward has made just the amount of mistakes we have and more. Same, said China, who was slightly off the rails, but we will ignore that like every other time. But still, Henry, you have shown that you can be better than us at times when it comes to strength. You just have to put determination to it. So why not you go and pull that train like you always do and prove who's the strongest on the island, eh? Yes, I will, said Henry. And even though I'm not even supposed to be here, said Thomas. Stop breaking the fourth wall, Thomas, said Percy. Stop it. Even though I'm going to appear later in the scene and then everyone's just going to magically just move. But still, Henry, you can do big things for that engine of, well, in sense of your boiling and firebox. Just remember where you came from, Henry. You used to have just a hodgepodge of an engine. But look at you now, you've been the engine that's pulled more trains than all of us have altogether. Just remember, you can be strong and you can be weak at times, but it's what's in your heart that matters. And now, I have something to sort out on my branch, as Thomas then puffed away to leave the scene, even though he knew he had to come back anyways. Once a few weeks, the Express, which is known as the Wild North Wester, gets given an extra coach from the Wild North Flyer. And one of the mainline engines would take it and pull it all the way to Barrow and occasionally to Carnsforth on occasion, same with some goods trains. But that morning, Emily backed down onto the Wild North Flyer, which she had recently returned from the works, if it wasn't already said. And then Shana backed down onto the Wild North Wester. As then, Shana's driver leaned out the cab and told Shana, "Your steam gauge is a bit low today. I hope you'll be alright for this trip, old boy." "I will," said Shana, who admittedly was a bit worn out. As Sir Stephen Topham Hatt came out to chat with Shana's driver, "You sure he'll be alright for this trip?" Pretty sure he will, sir." "Right, I wish you good luck and dry rails and smooth runnings. And I'll see you lot when you return after you go to Carnsforth. And if I mispronounce it, I am sorry. I am truly am not best at pronouncing some names." Meanwhile, Diesel and Joel were trying to prepare a goods train, which also had to go to Carnsforth. As then, the yardman ran up. "Joel, Diesel, there's been an unexpected rise in needs for goods for this one, so you would have to put extra trucks of coal and I believe milk, basically whole lots of supplies. Carnsforth would like some. Well, technically BR wants them, do not know for what. Let alone for the actually no, I believe the coal's for heritage lines, yeah. But still, if you could get them sorted before Henry arrives, that would be wonderful." "Yes, sir," they said, and they got back to work. While that was happening, Henry's being prepared to take the goods train. "You sure have to do this, driver?" "Yes, Henry, I'm sure," said his driver soothingly. "It's on the order list. Do not know why they want you to go." "Me neither." Just then, Thomas puffed up. "Hey, Henry. My driver's got a letter for your driver. Tom Tipper didn't drop it off on time. It says something about them wanting to see you for something." and because they want to give you a letter to give to Sir Stephen. I'll go and do it then. Come on, driver. And besides, Henry, they also want me going there. What? Yeah, so you'll be transporting me. As Thomas headed off to be, quote, coupled up to the train, Henry's driver and fireman made the last minute checks, as in they did the last checks before Henry was supposed to leave. As then, they turned the turntable, and Henry, within the new turntable set, awkwardly fumbles and started headed off for the harbour. As Henry was backing down onto the goods train, he couldn't help but see how long it was. This is type of goods train that I did back when I had to do it for Peter's sake. Yeah, but look at it this way, Henry. You have me to help a bit. Oh wait, no, I'm out of steam. Yeah, you're on your own, pal. Oh, thanks, Thomas. As Henry was preparing to leave, Charlotte steamed through with the Wild Nor'Wester. Come on, come on. Go on. As Charlotte steamed through the tunnel, which was Henry's tunnel. As the guard blew his whistle, Henry dug his heels deep into the sand. Come on, come on, come on. As the train stubbornly but slowly moved out to the yard / harbour and down the main line. When Henry arrived at Edward Station, he found Shyla stuck halfway up the hill with no steam to use. As Henry called up, "Are you right up there?" There was a, "No, I'm out of steam and I can't move. Do you need some help?" As Henry's driver said, "Are you sure, Henry? It is heavy. Not to mention you've got Thomas behind you as well as your own train." "I'm sure." As Henry buffered up, as Henry slowly started moving, both him, Shana and Thomas up the hill. "Come on, I'll do it. Come on, I'll do it. Come on, I can do it." As even Shana said, "You can do it, Henry, you can do it." As Henry pushed and pulled, sparks flew out of his funnel, but did he care? Flip, no he didn't, 'cause he was busy concentrating on pushing and pulling 2 trains and 2 engines plus himself up a goddamn hill. As Henry gave it his all, as Henry got the train to Barrow-in-Furness quite quickly, considering after Gordon's Hill was literally a clean run to Barrow. as Henry, tired, fed up, but triumphant, had managed to force 2 trains and technically 3 engines up a hill with little to no issue. Of course, he had to reverse to let Shana's coaches actually be in the platform, and then bring his own train in to the platform, only to realise Shina was in the way. Bother. But luckily Shina had enough steam to reverse the coaches down and slowly but struggling move out of the way so Henry could push him into the sheds, so then someone else could pick him up and bring him back to the works. Good luck, said Shana, who was out of breath. The next day, Whiff, who was helping out on the Wellsworth branch while Lily and Colin were at the works, was waiting for his path to be clear when he heard a peep peep of an engine's whistle. It was Henry. I can only be me. There's nothing else I can possibly be. And now I'm happy, I am who I am. I'll be the best me that I can. Need to be faster, big or stronger. You don't need more than 6 more wheels. I don't need to be taller or be longer. Being me now has his own appeal. As Henry and Thomas carried on puffing back to Titmouth, they saw Donald and Douglas, who said, "Okay, there's Henry," who managed to pull 2 trains and 2 other engines all the way to Carnsforth. As Emily and Sir Stephen Tom Hat waited, and when they finally saw Henry and Thomas pull up, the crowd went wild. Not because Henry and Thomas had managed to get themselves into a musical, but because they had brought the train back on time. Henry, I am very pleased with you. I'll see about you getting a fresh coat of paint and a potential overhaul. Oh yes, sir. Thomas, shunt the coaches away and then you 2 can go and rest. Of course, sir. As Thomas went to do that, while Henry and the Fat Controller carried on talking. As Henry and Thomas returned to the sheds, for Henry, he got given a hero's welcome by all the engines, celebrating him of pulling both trains and both engines. As Sir Stephen Tom Hat came to talk to the engines. Engines, while Henry and Thomas had been away, I got given a letter that was an invitation to the Great Railway Show. I believe at Crewe. That's happening in 1990. And I've said we'll go, and soon we'll be seeing who would be going or not. As the engines cheered and peeped, one engine wasn't thinking he would be able to go. But that's a story for another day. Thank you for watching this video, considering it's one out of many videos that are going to lead up to the season 2 finale. And don't worry, I'll try to be more active from here on out. But then when it comes down to the season 2 finale, expect a gap between videos and just general updates. Because I would be doing editing with some other people on YouTube to try and get the finale ready. But if I may recommend to watching, say, the previous episode of where I believe Henry's arc began. Unknown for this episode, it seemed a bit rushed, when really I wanted to get, in a way, Henry's arc finished, as in a whole of Henry himself for season 2, while for you not thinking, oh, where's the Donald episode gonna be out? Well, here's the answer. Next season, potentially. Considering I know it was originally planned for season 2 to have 20 episodes, but then during recording of season 2, I had a thought, and it went along the lines of half the season would end up being filler with no real aspects for it, while trying to build up a story. So I went, I'll do what I do best and save stuff for later points of where I have much higher budget and more episodes to work with. But I won't say anymore because that will be a video within itself. But this is Caydin the A1 Terrier signing out for this one. Bye bye.